Hey guys, I want to talk about something else. You guys have probably been on a few exchanges by now, and you've seen this thing that looks like USD, but it says USDT and it has a T next to it, right? So like if this was USD, if these were United States dollars, why doesn't it just say USD and why does it say USDT instead, right? Now it says USDT because let me break it to you. Let me break it down right now. Like and first and foremost, it is not United States dollars. Okay, get that out of your head right now. So I wanted to kind of break down what USDT is and explain it to you in such a way that it really starts to make sense, and also explain why it actually exists. Okay, so USDT actually stands for USD, United States dollar. Tether, the T stands for Tether, and there's actually also other forms of Tether for the euro. So there's Euro Tether, and there's also Yen Tether, I believe, though I don't know much about the foreign currencies, but I know that they exist. They're just not very popular, all right? And I mean, obviously USDT exists and is popular because USD is popular, United States dollars popular around the world, that kind of thing, right? But so anyway, it's called Tether, all right? And Tether, that's actually a whole company set up around Tether, and what they basically do is they issue digital currencies that are linked, supposedly linked one to one. Okay, so a 100% link to a reserve of United States dollars or whatever particular currency the tether is for. In the case of USDT, there is supposed to be $1 in their reserves for every USD tether, so USDT, that exists on the markets. All right. Now, that also raises a point of concern. But I mean, before we go into points of concern, let me just move my stuff out of the way. Let's go ahead and we'll do a quick little screen share here, and let's just kind of take a look at their website. That way, it also works as an aid for me to help talk about this kind of stuff. Okay, screen share is working. Okay, so this is a Tether website, tether.to. And as we scroll down and say digital money for a digital age, and I mean that's what USD Tether is. It's a digital money, okay? So I mean, you look at some of the points and everything that's in the website, I mean, is basically true, right? It's a stable currency, it's a stable cryptocurrency. So remember that, okay? USDT, USD Tether is not US dollars, okay? USDT is a cryptocurrency. It is a digital currency, all right? It is not US dollars. It is digital currency, okay? That is somehow linked to the United States dollar that we'll look into. Okay, so it is a stable currency. Tether converts cash into digital currency to anchor or tether the value to the price of national currencies like US dollar, the euro, and the yen. Okay, so they claim, okay, the Tether Company claims, and this has been under audit numerous times, and we have seen times where um, Tether really does not reflect the US dollar, and that brings us to our points of concern we'll talk about afterward, okay? But they claim in double quotations, all right? Claim 100% backed. Every Tether is always backed one to one by traditional currency held on our reserves. So one USDT is always equivalent to one USD. And I'm going to show you the point of concern with that soon. Okay, they say transparent. Our reserve holdings are published daily and subject to frequent professional audits. All tethers in circulation always match the reserves. And there's also been audits where we're still waiting for the audit. So brings us to points of concerns. Tether does operate over a blockchain. So all the transactions that happen over Tether, just like Bitcoin, just like almost every other cryptocurrency, are logged on a blockchain, so you can verify them. Like I say, USDT is a cryptocurrency. It's not United States dollars. It's a cryptocurrency that's verifiable on the blockchain that is supposedly 100% backed by US dollars, supposedly. Okay, widespread integration. Tether is, all over the place. You can buy and sell Tether all over the damn place, including the Tether website, actually. And it is secure, meaning in the sense of cryptocurrency, it's secured by blockchain technology. So it's secure to make transactions with it, just as well as any other cryptocurrency, right? And the website goes on to explain, what it's for blockchain companies, how it's used for exchanges. A lot of exchanges use it in place of USD. And the reason is because in order to exchange in a lot of countries, in order to exchange between your fiat currency, your national currency, and cryptocurrencies, you need a special license in order to be able to operate that particular business. You might need to be licensed as an authorized money exchanger because you are exchanging monies from one form to another. Just like banks, just like other institutions, and that need a license to be able to exchange you between U.S. dollars and euros, or between euros and the yen, or between dollars and the yuan. You need a license to be able to actually engage in those types of money exchanges in a lot of countries out there. And the same with cryptocurrency. You actually need a license to operate a company that facilitates the exchange between cryptocurrency and fiat currencies, national currencies. Okay, so exchanges often use USDT or Tether currencies in order to get around those kinds of legislations in different jurisdictions, because now you can actually trade between USDT and Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency instead of between USD and a cryptocurrency. All right. So you're actually trading between USDT. So you're trading between Tether and a cryptocurrency, meaning you're trading between cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency. So there's no transaction of fiat currency, meaning they don't need a money exchanger's license in most jurisdictions. Again, I'm not a legal advisor. Consult a lawyer for information in your local jurisdiction, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, yeah, it's also useful as a trader as well in a lot of cases if you're trading between different exchanges, and you need to make an exchange between one exchange and another, but you don't want to exchange into a currency and incur losses for trading or losses for holding a particular currency. You can actually just move USD Tether from one exchange to another, and then it's still the same USD Tether when it gets on the other exchange, and it's supposed to be, quote unquote, supposed to be 100% backed by US dollars. Okay. So anyway, then they go on bullshit. And then you can sign up and exchange Tether with the company if you want. I mean, I don't really use Tether, but so anyway, I just want to get into the points of concern. So you guys, by now you should understand that USDT is not US dollars. USDT is a cryptocurrency that supposed to quote unquote, represent a 1-to-1 ratio of US dollars, but it is a cryptocurrency and it is not dollars. Okay, so there is a concern between the actual value. That's what we're going to look at right now. So I'm going to go to coinmarketcap.com and let's just go USDT. And so we're going to Tether USDT and we're going to look at this. Okay, so anyway, so you look at this, right? And you see that if it was truly linked 1-to-1, all right, 1 US dollar equals 1 USDT, then this value should be precisely 1.0000000 USD, and this should always be 0.00% because it should never fluctuate, right? Does that make sense? 1 USD Tether should always be exactly 1 USD. That's the website claims, right? But we have some fluctuation. And I know that's a really, really small fluctuation, right? We have a 0.01% fluctuation, okay? However, you start looking at this, and we're looking at the green line. Okay, let's look at the green line, all right? The green line, if you see, in order to read coin market cap, you realize you have market cap in blue. So the blue line is market cap. So market cap is the total number of coins in circulation times the price of the coin. So in this case, one coin is worth $1, so the market cap in dollars equals the number of coins, but whatever. That's the market. That is, so the blue line is the number of tethers that are actually in circulation. So there's like 2.5 billion tethers in circulation or something like that. The orange line is the price of a tether in Bitcoin. All right. So how much Bitcoin will one tether buy you? But the line that we're most concerned with here, in order to understand the value of a tether, okay, is this green line, because the green line, you see in green written here, we have price USD, and that's what's written in green. Okay, and that's what the green line here represents. So there's a few discrepancies here. You see how all along, if you put your cursor on there, okay, you put your cursor on the line and you see I got that green diamond. And if you look just kind of to the left of where my cursor is, and it says price USD, and it says 1.00 where I'm selected right here. And as I scroll along, we get, you know, some like, we have a couple of spots where right there it's 0.999997. Okay, but then we end up over here. All right, and then we go down. So if USD Tether is always backed 1-to-1 by US dollars, how come here where I'm currently selected that 1 USD Tether is only worth 92.0317 cents? Okay, why is that? Why does USD Tether fluctuate? Okay, and then all of a sudden here on the flip side, 1 USD Tether is worth $1.05? If it's truly 1-to-1, 100% backed, 1 USDT equals 1 USDT, or sorry, 1 USD equals 1 USDT, right? Then why does the price fluctuate? Right? It doesn't make any sense. Why does the price fluctuate? And here, like, I start scrolling along, we're fluctuating a penny either direction. Then we got some more. We got some more fluctuation here where we're I mean, can I zoom here? Let's zoom here. Now we're zoomed in. Look at the green line again, okay? And look here, we have some like random spikes right here to like, this is $1.07. Look at that. 1 USD Tether is all of a sudden worth $1.07, but they're backed 1-to-1. Huh? Doesn't make any sense at all, right? And then you got a little dip over here. You know, we're worth 90 some cents. I can't even scroll in far enough. Here, let's get this zoomed right in. Zoom that in. All right, zoom that in. Okay, green line. All right, green line right there. Right here again, in this little spot here, okay? 1 USD Tether is only worth 92.5 cents. Right? It doesn't make any sense, okay? So that's the concern with Tether, all right? This company's been under audit many of times, all right? So although I would say yes, for short-term trading in and out of cryptocurrency, you know, if you're going to trade, if your intention is to trade between USD and Bitcoin, or USD and Litecoin, or USD and Ethereum, and you need to take a short-term exit of the markets, you can go into USD Tether, all right? But I really don't recommend holding USD Tether for a long period of time because of these fluctuations of the value of it and the amount of FUD that has surrounded USD Tether, the amount of times they've been under audit in the past, because there's a lot of people out there that believe, and there's a lot of evidence that suggests that they're actually not holding enough US dollars in order to cover all of the tethers that exist out there. And also there's an address you can look up to actually track the creation of USD tethers. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to omniexplorer.info, and I actually have an address here that I'm going to search. And this is actually the address that I see, like there's a lot of tethers that are just created into this address. How do we look up the full information? How do we get the whole history? They changed their website. Oh, here we go. All right. So, and here you see this one, all right? Like there's, this address, this is the address that everybody tracks for how cryptocurrencies are created, all right? Or how a USD Tether is created, sorry. And you can see here that all of a sudden, 300 million USD Tethers ended up in this account, right? And this is the reason that USD Tether, or the Tether Company, is always um, under investigation, because they frequently just randomly create tethers out of thin air. It seems like it's not like somebody went to the Tether website and they bought 5,000 USDT, and then they issued 5,000 USDT, right? For some reason, they just randomly all of a sudden created 300 million USD tethers out of thin air, right? And do you think it's really feasible that somebody went to Tether and they said, I want to buy 300 million tethers. Here's $300 million, make me 300 million tethers. Or is it more likely that they just made them out of thin air in order to pump the market, right? So, and here's another one here. Oh, sorry, this is the creation. Oh, revoke property tokens. All right. There's oh, that's 30 million. There's 30 million. Simple send. That's three. There's the 30 million sent. Grant tokens here. Grant tokens. Grant property tokens, right? So this is a creation. Boom, boom. 100 million tokens created. Another grant. Another 100 million tokens created, okay? So here's, a lot of evidence here. And grant, like, this is the most recent one. This was on Tuesday, March 20th. Today is March the 22nd. So 2 days ago, they created out of thin air 300 million USD tethers. Okay? And where'd this money come from? Like, I find it hard to believe, and so many other people in the cryptocurrency community find it so hard to believe that somebody they picked up the phone and they called it this Tether Company and said, I want to buy 300 million USD tethers. Here's $300 million. Create me some tethers, right? It doesn't make sense. Now, here's the other note of concern, okay? The other note of concern is, like, okay, so you're running a company and your company is called Tether, right? So you facilitate the exchange between US dollars and this digital currency called Tether, right? So if you take $1 and turn it into one USD Tether, all right. But the thing is you have to pay staff. All right, you have to pay staff that sit on the phone dealing with your customers, right? You gotta pay your accountants that do your accounting. You gotta pay fees at your bank, right? And also, we know Tether, the company, has actually had several bank accounts closed, and they've had to change banks a few times, so they got some transaction charges all over the place. So they have fees associated with that, right? So if they actually sold you one USD Tether for one United States dollar, and they paid all of those fees that are associated with running a business. I mean, every business has to pay fees. There's fees associated with running. There's always cost associated with business, right? So if you pay all of these fees, how can there actually be that $1 that actually ends up in the reserves if I only gave you $1 for that tether? All right. So with that said, guys, basically that kind of sums up what I think about USD Tether. Is that for short-term exit from the market when you intend to buy back in, fine, you can use USD Tether, all right? But to me, it is a very, very dangerous asset, all right? And I think the dangers far outweigh the usefulness of it. And I think that if you truly intend on exiting the market, you should be exiting to dollars. So I know if you're just on Bittrex or Binance or Poloniex or something like that, there's no option to exit on those exchanges back to US dollars, right? So I would recommend exchanges like Bitfinex, all right, or Kraken, or or GDAX. GDAX also is USD. That's GDAX and Coinbase are the same company. So Bitfinex, Kraken, and GDAX, I would say, are great exchanges to be on, where when you want to exit the market, you can actually exit to USD without the T afterward. Okay, so it's in United States dollars that are backed by United States dollars that are guaranteed by a company that operates in United States dollars, not by this Tether company, right? So I really hope that helps you understand what USD Tether is. I hope it helps you understand what its purpose is, what its usefulness is, and the dangers associated. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.